Unforgettable! Swift death, be gone!
So, we're at day 9 now, and it's been a couple of days since I posted last. A lot has happened to the build. If we look at the damage numbers here, I'm up to 1.7 million tooltip on Shield Crush. But it's been a journey. It's been an entire day trying out to see if I could make a champion work. I got all the pieces together. If you see here on the screenshot here in the background, you can see 52 fortification stacks. And I spent an entire day and more than 1,000 regrets, like 1,000 regret orbs, trying to just make different iterations of the build, but it just didn't come together. It was the tax on the passive tree of getting to steadfast and the mastery was simply too great, because then I couldn't get suppression, I couldn't get enough crit, I couldn't get the area of effect, which Slayer just gets innately, and I just couldn't make it work. So I went back, and now I'm a Slayer again. But some things has happened to the build, and I want to go over it, and then we can go into the PoB, and then you can see some more details there. First notion is, I am no longer using Replica Dragonfang's Flight, and the reason for this is that the lack of power charges from Relic Impatience, meaning that the build is lacking 150% increased critical strike chance, maybe 200%, depending on where you go, like if you had the power charge up here infused or not. But just having 3 power charges inherently is 150% increased critical strike chance, and because of the base crit chance of the build is so high, it was such a massive value, so I had to find the crit chance elsewhere. Part of the solution to that is a rare amulet. Another one is I still needed to get to a level 24 Shield Crush, which you can see up here. So I went back and got a pair of Admiral's Arrogance gloves. These are ridiculously expensive because of the +1 frenzy charges on the node. I am back stacking frenzy charges and endurance charges at the same time. And the reason I went for that is because I got my hands on this ring with +1 frenzy charges. It's great, but ultimately I would prefer getting a rare synthesized ring, so I could roll it with better modifiers than the explicit mods on this one. Also because I have to mirror it with Calandra's Touch, so this ring is not very good, aside from the +1 frenzy charges. So +3 here, and then +1 from Masterful Form, that gets me to 10. So I'm kinda wasting Iron's Anguish in some sense. I still get the brutal charges, but I don't get benefit from the +1 maximum endurance charge anymore. It's still a very good belt though. But yeah, if you don't have the coin to get the frenzy stacking, just stick to endurance charges. Then you'll be at 9, which is perfectly fine, and then you can just stay at 7 also. That's also perfectly fine, and then use good rings instead. That will recover a lot of value. So just Iron's Anguish and the 6 notes on the tree, that will get you to 7, and then you're perfectly fine. Anyway, so Admiral's Arrogance, new amulet. Relic Impatience, same as before, Frenzy Ring, and mirroring it. Then I've gotten a slightly better Iron's Anguish than before. It's a bit more life on it, a bit more resist. And then I'm back using Marshall's Brigandine. I tried Feral's Fur to get my charges up, but there was just not enough defense value on the chest piece, so I went back to this one, which makes me immune to critical strikes because I have 10 endurance charges all the time. Helmet here takes care of my intelligence and accuracy rating. It's actually one I got within the first couple of days in the league, and then it's been sitting on the shelf, and now I dusted it off again. Then I have a huge upgrade in damage because I have a new Emperor's Vigilance with 30% quality. And if we check the implicit notes here, you can see it's a perfectly rolled. It has 167 armor and 35 energy shield out of the potential max rolls. So how big is the difference when you're looking at 20 quality versus this one here? So this is, it has the same numbers on it. So look at the number here, 1.7. Then I put on the old shield, less than 1.5. That is how big this upgrade is. I had to pay for it, but it is well worth it when you're looking at the numbers. So that's the gear out here. Let's take a look here in game. I got a new Lethal Pride, and the reason for that is I needed to get 1 rage on hit minimum. If you don't get that, then you don't benefit from the rage here. So, but just 1 rage on hit, you can also grab it on the tree here. Then it will take around 4 seconds, and then you are at maximum rage. So it's a little bit slower than the axe before, which only took 3 seconds for maximum rage. This is also a little bit more volatile, but the gloves are just so good. But you can see here, physical damage, melee damage, physical damage, rage on hit, melee crit multi, rage on hit, crit chance, and crit chance. So I could actually, if I got real greedy, I could actually skill out of this node here if I really need the passive point somewhere else, because I don't need 2 rage on hit, 1 is enough. Then down here, oh, I forgot. I am also, like, I wanted to try and do something different, something new this league around, but I had to go back to the solution I did in 3.25, using Varanastra and then stealing Weapon Master from Gladiator, which gives a lot of value when you have different melee types equipped, and this one counts as all the one-handed types, meaning you get all of the benefits. I'll show that once we get into the PoB. Here, Seething Fury, and then up here, Unnatural Instincts. I kind of had to go up here because these rings don't give me enough resists, and I don't have any resist on the gloves, and the chest piece is, I needed 1 suffix, and the helmet also, I have 2 suffixes locked into accuracy and intelligence. So getting 10 here and then getting 18, 18, 18 up here, that is 28 to all elemental resist from this node here. And then it's just some generic value with movement speed and some block and a little bit of damage and such. And when I was up here, then I can just get I have access to the suppression nodes, and this is how tight the build is right now. I'm at 100% spell suppression chance. I am overcapped with the resists, but it's because I'm using Purity of Elements. If we run a map where auras are kind of negated, the effect of them, and I get cursed with elemental weakness and maybe also get exposure, then I might fall below my lightning res cap. The other 2 are great, so I'd like, I don't know, 20 more lightning res, and of course also 10% more chaos res, but it's perfectly fine as is. Block, I'm slightly overcapped, but it's fine. 44 chance to block spell damage, fine. I only reduced the damage from blocked hits by 35% because of glancing blows on the shield, but still 35% damage reduction is plenty. Stun avoidance, I'm not at 100%, but to my surprise, it doesn't really seem to matter that much because brutal charges gives me increased stun threshold per brutal charge. So whenever I stack these up, I have 100% increased stun threshold, and I have so much damage mitigation and a decent life pool that I hardly ever feel it. And if I ever get stunned, well, then I recover quite quickly. So it feels okay. And then immunity to elemental ailments because of Purity of Elements, and then there's the crit reduction chance. Then I want to show you how tight the build is, because see, I'm at 100% here. If I remove one of these points, I'm down to 96. So I'm exactly at 100% spell suppression. I thought that was kind of neat. Then if we look over here, there is the Light of Meaning, giving 6% increased physical damage to all of the nodes that I have allocated. This is deceptively good, because look at the damage number. If I remove it, down to 1.5 something. So it's not 200,000, but it's quite substantial what it does. It's like 10% more, a little bit more than that. I think it's, with the notes added up together, I think it's like 156% increased physical damage that I get from it, so quite good. Up here, another large cluster. I've crafted both my large clusters myself. This one takes care of my mana leech and gives a little bit of extra value. This one was kind of an accident I crafted when I was trying to test out small clusters with elegant form to become ailment immune, and then I just struck so much value on this one, so I kept it around, and it helps with all the elemental resist that I don't get from my rings. And then the cluster down here, I think I forgot to show it. Flasks here is immunity to bleeding. Corrupted blood is already taken care of with the boots. This is whenever I run out of mana, then this one recharges. Just some crit chance and some more crit chance, and avoid being stunned. This also helps while mapping. And then Lion's Roar for some more damage, and knockback when I'm running content that needs that. And then if we check the damage on shield charge, it is almost at 1 million, even though the links are just shield charge, fortify support, faster attacks, and life tap. But try and check here the movement speed. This is pretty good for moving around, so keep that in mind. That is a good, nice little thing on the build. For the gem links, Shield Crush is linked to Awaken Brutality, level 5 now. Multi-Strike, just I haven't paid for an Awakened one, but it would make even more damage. I should probably 20 quality this up to stun some more whenever I shield charge. Fortify, just normal stuff. Awaken melee physical damage support. I should probably get a level 21 of this, but for a little bit more damage. Links, Purity of Elements, Leap Slam, because I had to put it somewhere, Flesh and Stone, and Blood and Sand. Then up here I got Assassin's Mark, Life Tap support, and Mark on hit support, just so it doesn't drain my mana. Then I have Arrogant support linked to Precision, so that's why my life is not on full, but I didn't have enough mana to do that. Blood Rage, oh, I should quality that one up as well. And then Enduring Cry, this is to get brutal charges on boss fights. So whenever I do this, I get some brutal charges for 20 seconds, because that's my charge duration. Then in here it's Life Tap linked with Molten Shell and Cast when damage taken support. And the reason why I have a low level Molten Shell is that the build, of course, big nukes can take you out, but if you get one shot by one hit, then it doesn't matter that you can proc Molten Shell after the big hit. I would rather have it proc whenever I risk getting overwhelmed, and then it buys me some time to kill the packs that's overwhelming me, and then I can recover. Then for the Pantheon is Solar Lunaris. This is to avoid projectiles. I mean, the movement speed and the physical damage reduction for nearby enemies is fine as well. A big one is reduced elemental damage taken if you have been hit recently. Glancing blows means that you do get hit, even if you... I'm pretty sure about this. So whenever you block something, you still get hit from it, and then the reduced elemental damage taken procs. So, and then avoid projectiles that have changed. That is also beneficial in some map modifiers. And, whoops, I have the wrong one here. That's weird. I should be using this one. So, unaffected by burning ground. That's just why you use this. So when you're running exec stuff. But let's get into the path of building so you can see some real numbers. So I am at 28 million damage here, and I get the usual settings here, and then I am cheating with the 10% more attack speed, but the reason for that is that this one doesn't count in path of building, whereas 10% more attack speed with offhand is the rune graft here. So this is just to compensate for the missing rune graft within PoB. Then I have checked. I have blood stance, which I can use it whenever I need the extra damage, but most of the time I will be in sand stance, so the damage drops off. I was talking about power charges, and look at the damage numbers here. So if we had access to old school Ralakesh, look at the damage. 100% crit chance from 75 or 76%, and the damage numbers just skyrocket. So it is what it is. They needed a nerf, so it's all good. I am fortified. You can see a decent effective hit pool here. Rage at 30. I am leeching, melee distance to enemy, and intimidated. So I both have intimidated from my mercenary, and I also have it from awakened melee fizz. Then, if let's go into skills. If I remove, where is it? Can never find it. Molten Shell. If I remove this, then their effective hit pool is still very respectable. And Overleech is just such a nice defensive layer. So this is the setup here. And, well, I'm back at Slayer. I tried out Champion. Maybe someone else can make it work. But for pure melee, I think Slayer is just better. The Fortitude here is amazing for ranged attacks, which otherwise cannot get fortification. So like bow users, wanderers and such, casters, they benefit a ton from Fortitude. But if you can get fortified yourself, then I absolutely think Slayer is like, it's the class to go with. It's just that good. So that was a lot of talking. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's check here. A lot of talking. This is the current setup of my character. I will end the talk here, and then you can see a full tier 17 clear after this one. And also one of my farming strategies in it. And well, thanks for watching, and have a good one.
Turn around. I won't ask twice.
Delightful death!
Make your choice, and be quick about it. Pain's a Kayaksen's specialty, ash to ash. What are you waiting for? Take your trophy and go.
how it's done.
The unrighteous were oh.
You will know pain!
This is how it's done?
Inevitable! Swift death! Be gone! I will bathe this world in blood! Impressive, but futile. Swift death! You will know pain! Inevitable! Swift death! Be gone!
Delightful death.
Oh, hello. Divine power!
Put out new mycelium! Ugh, new roots!
Oh, watch and learn.
Do not let them reach the purification pump!